In this video, we're exploring how each twist and turn in the history of typography has influenced every letter you read today. From Gutenberg's revolution to psychedelic vibes and digital fonts, discover how typography shapes our culture and communications. Typography is the art of text design, which includes the choice of font, layout, and page design. But why is this so important? Isn't it enough just to write the text? The history of typography begins long before Gutenberg's invention of the printing press in 1440, which opened a new page in information dissemination. From this point, every detail in text design became a way to influence the perception and understanding of information. In this video, we will explore how typography evolved with humanity and how it helps shape our culture and society. Calligraphy and manuscript. Books before 1440. In ancient times, each book was handwritten and each character expressed the individuality of the author or scribe. Calligraphy was not just about conveying words, it was an art that emphasized the importance and sanctity of the text, especially in religious and ceremonial contexts. This approach to writing made each copy unique, but also slowly disseminated knowledge due to the lengthy creation process. Gutenberg's printing press, 1440. Gutenberg's invention led to a technological breakthrough allowing for the mass reproduction of texts. This not only made books accessible to a wider population, but also standardized fonts, which enhanced readability and text standardization. The introduction of the printing press was a catalyst for the Renaissance, facilitating the spread of scientific and philosophical ideas, which in turn stimulated intellectual awakening in Europe. Renaissance and Humanism from 15th till 16th centuries. The Renaissance era brought renewed attention to human experience and an additional emphasis on text culture. Typographers of the time, such as Aldus Manutius, began creating fonts that mimicked classical Latin, making texts not only beautiful but also more understandable. This was aimed at recreating the ideals of antiquity, supporting the humanistic ideals of the era. Enlightenment, 18th century. The Enlightenment emphasized reason and science, and typography reflected these values through clear, easily readable fonts. Text became more structured, facilitating better understanding and analysis of information. This was important for the dissemination of new scientific and philosophical ideas that shaped the modern world. Industrial Revolution, 19th century. Mass production and the emergence of newspapers and poses required new approaches to typography. Bold and attention-grabbing fonts became popular as they attracted the gazes of passers-by and improved readability in urban hustle and bustle. This marked the beginning of the era of mass information, where text became a tool not only for education, but also for advertising. Modernism, early 20th century. With the dawn of a new century, designers began experimenting with fonts and page layout, reflecting a drive toward reduction and functionalism. Modernism in typography brought minimalism in design, focusing on readability and ease of use, reflecting a general trend toward simplification and rationalization in culture. Psychedelic Graphics, 1960s. The psychedelic era marked a departure from traditional norms in art and design, including typography. Bright colors and free-flowing font forms served to express the spirit of the time when cultural and social norms were actively challenged. These designs were often used in music posters and album covers, becoming icons of counterculture. Digital Revolution, late 20th century. The shift to digital technologies radically changed typography, making the process of creating and modifying fonts quick and accessible. This allowed designers to experiment with endless variations and adapt text to the needs of a globalizing world where information must be clear and universal for different languages and cultures. Internet era, 1990s and beyond. The increasing use of the internet required new approaches to typography, focusing on standardization and optimization for screens. Improving readability on various devices became critically important, and the development of web fonts such as Google Fonts made it easier for designers to create accessible and aesthetically pleasing content. Modern trends, 21st century. Today we see a resurgence of interest in individualized and handwritten fonts in design, reflecting a desire to express uniqueness and personality. In an era of digital standardization, such fonts add warmth and humanity, making each message not only informative, intuitive, but also emotionally rich. The importance of typography in design cannot be underestimated, but its impact on contemporary society can only be understood in the context of broader cultural changes. That's why we invite you to learn more about how Le Corbusier, one of the pioneers of modern architecture, changed the approach to design. Watch our video, Le Corbusier's Machines for Living, where we discuss the role of his ideas in the transition to the concept of user-centered design. In this video, you will see how the interaction of typography and architecture led to a synergy of design ideas, shaping our perception of space and text.